What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new, please subscribe, like the video right now if you think this is probably the biggest L of KSI's whole career. We have so much more to talk about. So much has gone down and needs to be called out. And if you know anything about me and this channel, I will always say things straight and how they are. And this situation is a complete joke on KSI and Mams Taylor's behalf. So, continuing on from last night's video, KSI, first of all, tweeted out this after his massive outburst against Wade. KSI says, "To you, it's an overreaction, but to me, it's a build-up of a lot of things behind the scenes. You can have a public opinion, but don't come to me on a switch-up when you see me in person. Sorry for my outburst, but I'm human. I'm gonna get angry sometimes." In which I replied, "He said he doesn't think you outsell Jake vs. Tommy and you do this. The only one who switched up was you for having this reaction to a boxing commentator giving a boxing opinion. Regardless if the opinion is crazy, it was never remotely that deep." For all of you who didn't watch last night's video or unfamiliar with the drama, these are the tweets that KSI tweeted about Wade for just having an opinion that Tommy Fury Jake Paul outsells KSI Jake Paul. KSI replies to me saying, "As much as we don't see eye to eye, I rate you because at least you're obvious with your hatred towards me. If you really think that one statement from him is the only reason why I'm upset, then you must not know me that well, lol." And you'll realize a common pattern later. KSI loves using the word hatred for whenever people just criticize him and call him out. I continue by saying, "Well, why don't you clarify? Mam seemed pretty upset about it, and the pay-per-view numbers from the second fight you did with Logan. Doesn't seem to be much else. What are we missing?" KSI says the initial hatred towards the tag team boxing that he put out publicly, but privately loved the idea. He literally just says and does what the public want to hear, while privately trying to please everyone. I'm done with it. Be your true self publicly and privately towards me. So completely doubling down there, saying behind the scenes he's done all of this stuff, Wade. He's a snake. He can't be trusted by me anymore. Wade himself then replied, "This isn't correct, brother. I never hated tag team boxing. Just wanted to make sure I saw it was taken seriously, saw it was safe, and had a rule set that kept it safe for all parties involved. When I saw that it was in person, I gave all credit to Mams for it." Which was true, and if you see Wade's videos, he actually gives props to the tag team stuff. But anyway, even if a boxing commentator might think that tag team boxing is a bit weird and might be a farce, which I personally thought it was going to be horrendous, as did many people, that is fine too, KSI. People can have opinions that don't align with yours. I didn't know if you knew that. Just because you help them out or work with them doesn't mean they have to lick your boot. So this is all going on. KSI is tweeting out, doubling down, and then Mams Taylor, who, if you remember in the last video, fired Wade on a live Twitter space.
Anyway, have fun on Kingpin, Wade.
See, there you go.
No.
Again,
we're going crazy.
I've done publicly, which I can't believe.
You're really getting.
Gave an interview to Fred saying, "It wasn't over today he got fired. It's been long coming. I've been nothing but fair with Wade. People can have the wrong impression of me. I don't care, but they know JJ better than that. Obviously, there is more to it than just today's video. A lot more. DAZN didn't know anything about Wade before I insisted he would be brought in." So now, Mams Taylor throwing absolute shade on Wade's character, saying that behind the scenes there is a lot more stuff no one knows about, why Wade has to be fired. But conveniently, we use this situation to fire him. Absolute horse shit. They are talking completely out of their arse to try and mitigate any damage they've done, but the cat's out of the bag, and you're going to see soon how KSI fans have turned on him for this situation. Wade then clapped back at KSI. "I understand I ruffle some feathers and Misfits with my take on things, but I don't and have never switched up on you in person or online. My opinions of a potential fight don't reflect my opinion of you as a person or a fighter. I've always respected you as both," which is fine. And Wade has done. People have seen him. That is why people are giving KSI so much backlash now, because he hasn't put a foot wrong in that regard or even disrespected JJ. Yet KSI takes this tiny thing and acts like it is the ultimate disrespect to him. Wade also said, "My opinions around the tag team idea was never hate. I had concerns over it, safety and rule set, and I needed to see it happen. When I saw it, I gladly found out those precautions were taken. I'm not sure where JJ is getting this, but behind the scenes, I said the same thing. So Wade's standing his ground, thank God, rightfully so. Don't let people like KSI, Mams Taylor bully you. If they had their own way, your career would now be finished, you're fired, and you're the guy who chats shit behind KSI's back. If you don't get the support from the community, that is who you are now and forever. Jake Paul then weighs in, of course, saying, such insecure clowns. Wade is quality, plays it down the middle, says things about me I don't like, but that just means he's keeping his opinion real. Now back to my vacation. Jake Paul making sense. I mean, that is how bad things have got. That is how much KSI and Mams Taylor really fucked up here. And now you're really gonna see how bad it has become. KSI's Reddit is dedicated now, at this moment in time, to shitting on KSI and Mams Taylor because of what they did. What did Wade Clemens do? Showing KSI's tweet. JJ's just way too emotional. Think before you type. Staying neutral isn't two-faced. KSI always talks about not liking yes men, etc., but he fired Wade for having an opinion, and Mams was mocking Wade in the Twitter space, probably influencing KSI's ego. Mams Taylor is the biggest rat known to man. JJ genuinely has a man-child as a manager, and he's hurting his career massively. The sooner JJ gets rid of Mams, the better. To summarize this, KSI wants Wade to suck him off, not let him give an honest opinion. New nickname time. Jake Paul, the problem child. KSI, the man child. KSI, knowledge, strength, insecurity. You can make that S a snake. In hindsight, Joe Weller was probably right about Mams here. If you remember this clip, aged pretty nicely.
You've been very resentful.
Resentful?
Yes.
Okay, how's that?
You always have little digs at JJ.
Okay.
For no reason. And I see your little
no
Twitter.
reason.
Yeah, slimy.
For no reason.
You lost a fight. You challenged him. You said,
and
let's
I've been
go.
nothing but respectful ever since. You obviously haven't watched the content,
No, I
mate.
have.
You jumped on late because you've seen the money, and it's right. Lots of people have. You've tried to join in, right?
You know
You're
what?
a nobody. You think you could come along here now and chat your thing, like a lot of these guys do. But at the end of the day, I've been nothing but respectful to that guy. If you actually watch the content, right? He's come out in his video saying Joe's a massive pussy. Joe's this, that, and other, and I've reacted to that with the same energy, and that's all I've done. You can flip it how you do because you make money out of him, and he's very good at allowing people to make money off him. I'm not about that. You can't benefit from me.
I've stopped a lot.
You can't benefit from me, so that's why
making money off.
Tom says Mams is going to be the reason for JJ's downfall. Lots of people losing respect for you, JJ, and I can't blame them, not gonna lie. Nah, JJ's ego is his downfall. He couldn't handle the fact that Jake vs. Tommy did better than KSI vs. Logan too. Logan admitted to Jake on Impulsive that their second fight didn't do well. Logan also said that Jake's end fight at Tommy would probably do better than the fight at KSI. One of the top posts as well was this, saying we stand with Wade, 8.6k upvotes. After what happened today on Twitter with Wade, I think we can all agree, fuck Mams Taylor, KSI fans and KSI haters. After all the hairline jokes and criticism Wade has given Jake, they still both commentated together and show respect for each other. And KSI can't treat Wade with the same respect Wade gives him. What a fucking L. That is an amazing point as well. As people point out, Wade also criticizes Jake Paul a lot. They sat down together, commentated together. Wade gives one opinion about KSI, not in his favor, and that is it. Wade gets called all the names under the sun, publicly humiliated in the Twitter space by Mams and fired. It's just a complete joke. I don't know why people are shocked at this. Remember when Rice Gum said he thinks Logan might beat JJ because he's taller and has bigger muscles? JJ then privated Earthquake because he felt like Rice Gum owed him. No offense, but as much as JJ claims he hates yes men, when people tell him something he does want to hear, he freaks out. Also, fuck Mams Taylor. That is completely true. I remember that drama happening. Rice Gum said that he thinks Logan Paul might win in a fight. KSI flipped his lid. I'm telling you, this is something that has been happening. Even I was upvoted on the Reddit. There's me talking about Mams Taylor saying Wade was fired. Shit is so fucking bad when I'm on their Reddit page getting upvotes. And here, in the Twitter space, Mams Taylor was really mad at Wade for saying that KSI vs. Logan Paul did 300 to 400k buys.
What are you talking about? Logan and KSI didn't sell, by the way. What is that about?
But it didn't sell the numbers that I previously thought it sold.
What did it
On
sell?
pay-per-view?
What are the numbers?
Yeah, what do you think
The numbers, from what I've been told, were around 300 to 400.
Are you joking?
Yeah, right.
Well, we actually have proof that Wade wasn't far off at all, and Mams was freaking out for fuck all. Logan Paul stating KSI vs Logan Paul 2 did 300 to 400k, love JJ, but him and Mams overreacted hella at Wade. How is it Wade's fault that the guy who headlined the fight with JJ is saying you guys only sold 400k pay-per-views? Obviously, that's going to influence people's opinion on Jake versus JJ pay-per-view buys.
Which is $10 million.
The second one was between
on the zone, yeah.
I don't think it was 2. I thought it was more like 300 to 400,000.
Here, Logan there saying 300 to 400,000. This was another hot post. JJ, KSI saying Twitter used to be an amazing place where you could connect with people in different communities and communicate without any problems. Now it's just full of pretentious people that are ready to cancel and destroy your legacy for breathing incorrectly. And on that note, I'm out. Very ironic now, seeing as that is what you did for Wade. Tried absolutely destroying his reputation, his career, because he got fired from it, because he gave a fucking boxing opinion. KSI be like, KSI when Logan Paul scams his fans for millions, I sleep. KSI when Wade has an opinion, real shit. Yeah, man. I mean, I've been saying this, I've been calling out this for the last few weeks and months about KSI's bias towards Logan, how he wouldn't say shit, but Wade has a boxing opinion, then it's time to call that fucking guy out. He's a scumbag. Fuck everything he stands for. But I'll work with Logan Paul, though, because he's making me a lot of money. This is how bad it really has got. There's a whole essay. JJ's ridiculous and tyrannical treatment of Wade is the final straw. I'm probably either going to get a lot of hate for posting this, or no one is going to read it because it's going to be long, but fuck it. I think I'm done with Misfits, and honestly, I need at least a break from JJ. I've rooted for JJ for a long time. I've been watching him since I was a kid. I watch almost no YouTube except for combat sports related videos, but I still watched a lot of JJ stuff, plus about half of the Sidemen Sundays. That being said, JJ, you are a hypocrite. You go off on Jake for having yes men around him, you've accused others of the same thing, and you loudly boast about how grateful you are for the Sidemen for being critical of you and honest about how they feel. You have credited this as part of your success on numerous occasions. You have also voiced your dislike of both cancel culture as well as censorship over and over again throughout the years, as far back as 2012 and 2013. What you said/did to Wade goes against everything you stand for and makes you a massive hypocrite. You say you hate yes men, but you clearly want nothing but yes men as part of Misfits boxing. The moment Wade shares an opinion you don't like about you, you throw a temper tantrum and hamper the man's career. Do you not think it's beneficial to have a voice in a community that questions you? Do you not think having a voice be part of Misfits lends its both credence and credibility? Joe Rogan, one of UFC's commentators, has called out the promotion numerous times over the years. It's one of the reasons why he's so highly respected and looked at as one of the best commentators the sports has ever seen. What you did makes you look insecure and paints your promotion as a tyrannical and unprofessional light. You are cancelling someone, censoring their voice and hampering their career, all because they haven't gotten down on their knees and sucked you off for each and every decision you have made. You're also just wrong in saying that Wade switched up, or that Wade doesn't support you. Wade has frequently dunked on the Pauls in almost every video he has ever done talking about them, defended your side loudly and vehemently when discussing you versus Jake, actively gone out of his way to make his audience believe you have a chance when very few of them do, defended your choice of opponents when you were suffering backlash of choosing Swarms, Pineda, Danis and Temper, voiced no complaints despite being physically assaulted by Dylan Danis during one of your events, suffered the ridicule of his fan base and frequent complaints about how he is a KSI dick rider, supported tag team boxing despite his tweets. He encouraged his audience to give it a chance in videos leading up to the event and sang its praises after it took place. I could go on and on, but I'm sure everyone gets the idea. No one who has ever worked with Wade has anything but good things to say about him. You are happy to sing his praises too, right up until he started disagreeing with you. And it's not the first time this behavior has happened. You were visibly bothered/offended when Ethan told you not to fight Tommy Fury. You publicly turned on acquaintances who thought Logan Paul would beat you. Again, I could go on and on. Not exactly the behavior one might expect from someone who is so grateful for constructive criticism and so against yes men. JJ, I'm sure you'll never read this, but on the off chance you do, I don't think you're a bad person. I don't mean this to be a hit piece. I could go on about similar behavior, but I just want this to be a post in support of Wade and don't want to attack you. I think you're just taking yourself way too seriously and think you need to step back, look in the mirror and realize that the way you're treating someone who has done nothing but good for the scene is spitting in the face of everything you say you stand for. Seriously, the fact he criticizes Jake more than you, but Jake is the one handling the criticism more maturely, says a lot about how out of control you have let your emotions get. I seriously admire you over the years and wish nothing but the best, but I don't think I'll be watching any future Misfits events if this is how you treat one of its biggest supporters. Again, a top post, over 3,000 likes, a long post, but I think it was a great post showing how actual KSI fans, you know, the Reddit is also dunking on him. Probably get a few haters in there too helping out, but actual KSI fans have actually seen this and had enough of KSI's behavior and his ego getting completely out of control. Even as far as them saying rare Jake Paul W, and it is so upvoted in the Reddit, it is insane. The tweet they're talking about is this morning, and it's important to realize that this morning at 9 a.m, KSI was still trying to justify what he had did the night before to Wade. Quote tweeted Jake Paul, tweeted out saying, "This you," which is Jake Paul saying, "Get rid of anyone that plays both sides, no matter how much they mean to you. Loyalty to everyone is loyalty to no one." So clearly justifying his actions, being like, "Whoa, is this you, Jake? Because this is what I did to Wade." I replied saying, "Surely the context of a close friend or family member rather than a boxing commentator giving boxing opinions isn't lost on you. But I guess you're still trying to justify last night." If Jake Paul's context here is like family and friends, actual friends, that is the context. KSI flipping out about a boxing commentator having a boxing opinion on him isn't even close to similar, and again shows how this morning he woke up and still wanted to justify his actions and try to assassinate Wade's character. Jake Paul then slaps back and gets the W again by saying, "This you? Talking about a reporter that worked DAZN shows. You are regressing maturity-wise. You remind me of me when I was 19, but you're about to be 30. Apologize to Wade and fire the unprofessional manager." So you can see, even up to this morning, KSI still wanting to justify what happened. Wade then tweets out, "I appreciate the support from all of you more than you know. I'm going to take the day off, but I can promise you when my character is called into question, I will always defend myself. I'll be back soon." Exactly. And that is what people need to realize, is KSI, Mams Taylor, the influence they have to make and break careers, especially KSI really, not Mams. If KSI's fans don't rinse him on Reddit, don't go off on him on Twitter, all Wade is left with is his career fucked, his reputation completely tarnished, and KSI would never have said anything else or even apologized because he would have thought he's in the right because his ego is out of control. KSI and Mams Taylor, 2 minutes apart from each other, tweeted out, "KSI, I'm sorry for my tweets. It was way out of character. We've already spoken privately, but I wanted to publicly apologize to @Wade." We actually know it isn't out of character. KSI has done the same before. This isn't out of character. This is KSI. That is his ego. That is just who he is. 2 minutes later, "I apologize to Wade for allowing my emotions and passion to take over by firing him on spaces. That wasn't cool and I'm sorry I did that." Yeah, Mams, what about you and KSI spinning the narrative of, hey, there's loads behind the scenes you guys don't know. Wade did so much other stuff that we fired him for. It wasn't just for this video. You and KSI both trying to spin that narrative and run with that. Try and get fans on your side. Didn't work out, didn't happen. This apology is as hollow as it fucking gets. You can tell that they don't want to do this. This was the last fucking resort. Of course it was, because they tried everything else until they had to apologize at 5 p.m. Even in the morning, KSI still trying to justify it. It really reminds me of Logan Paul when he got called out for scamming and he didn't apologize. He threatened to sue and everything, and until the public backlash got so much, had to actually thank CoffeeZilla for what he did. Maybe that's why KSI and Logan Paul are both business partners, hey? However, luckily, I'm glad to see KSI's Reddit doesn't even think this apology is enough for the damage KSI did. Well, here's the apology. Now time for all the KSI meat riders to forget what happened and go back to worshipping him. The cycle continues. Comments. "Bro realized he was getting cooked on all platforms and he and Mams put out a public apology at the same time. Damage control from PR at its finest. Exactly, this is just basic PR move that literally every public figure would do if they are getting a ton of backlash. It's cool that he apologized, but those are just words at the end of the day. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, I guess, but I'd love to hear what our homie Wade's got to say about this. JJ was still out of line, and saying, I apologize, doesn't undo it. That is a lot of KSI fans on Twitter fail to grasp. When I tweet out saying, a forced apology isn't a genuine one, because guess what? You can see their actions that led up to the apology that was less than 24 hours ago. You can tell when an apology is genuine or when they're just doing it because it's backlash. And this was definitely because of the backlash. The Reddit, if you go on it yourself, is just KSI hate. As I've said, if they got away with it, if there wasn't any backlash, if Wade wasn't as liked as he is, his reputation, career, and everything now would be fucked. Them two would be laughing behind the scenes about how they got back at Wade, and that would be it. There would never be an apology. There would be no remorse or empathy, because that's what egomaniacs are like. Someone said, on the real though, everyone saw the real JJ, right? Like, imagine your boss said, fuck everything you stand for, and called you a C in public like that. Do you really think that's a good person deep down? I still can't really see KSI the same. Good on him for taking some accountability, but unless things change, I am still tapped out of the whole Misfits shit. This seems like a fake PR apology to me. Comment your opinion right now down below. It is a hot, crazy topic. I want to hear what you have to say. They've truly messed up here. This has a big impact on KSI's reputation, and it's something a lot of people won't forget. Like the video, comment, subscribe if you're new. Until next time, fuck off.